Say, man, for those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get to the other stuff in a minute. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, just vibe. Clicked on the coolest one in the whole cosmos. You know, it's that, Cancer sun, Pisces moon, Mars in Capricorn, Venus in Leo, bad mother, shut your mouth. Not only am I a vibe of all my own, I'm also an experience unto myself. You better smile. About that time for you to just open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind one time. See, for all of y'all that are waiting to exhale, now would be the time to do so. As I inhale, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Priceless Lounge. Yeah, we priceless now. What it was, y'all. Y'all should know who it is. If not, I'm just a smile on your face. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this right here, this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight, man. And I hope everybody doing good. I hope everybody vibing. Because guess what? It's time to get back to the money. Okay? And in this case, that's what it's all about. Because this right here, this a little something about those people that have their part of fortune in Capricorn in their natal chart. Yeah, serious business. And before we actually go there, if you don't know my style, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of what the part of fortune actually is. I'm going to give y'all a little bit about the calculations of it, the energy that comes along with it, and how it might affect you. And then after that, I'm going to give y'all a quick breakdown of what the sign of Capricorn actually is all about. Then after that, we're going to bring it to a culmination. Okay? A crescendo. So, without wasting any more time, let's get it cracking. So, in astrology, the part of fortune or fortuna, this is really the most popular and well-known of all the Arabic parts. And what Arabic parts are sensitive points in a chart that are calculated by using specific formulas whereby 2 planets or points are added up and then the third planet or point is subtracted from that. Okay. And so for this one, the formula is going to differentiate between day charts and night charts. So this is our first introduction to day charts and night charts. And all a day chart means is that at the moment of your birth, the sun was above the horizon or in houses 7 through 12 in the natal chart. For instance, I'm a Cancer sun in the 9th house. So therefore, I have a day chart. Now, when we talk about a night chart, that means at the moment of birth, the sun was below the horizon or it was in houses 1 through 6. Okay. So that's just a little news you can use. And when we're talking about calculating the part of fortune, when we're doing it in the day chart, you're going to calculate it by adding up the ascendant plus the moon, then subtracting the sun. And then in the night chart, you're going to add up the ascendant plus the sun, then you would subtract the moon. Okay. So just remember that. And what the part of fortune really represents is worldly success. And, that could pertain to our physical health, but it also could speak to any potential prosperous careers or events that we might see in our lives. So in essence, it's pretty aptly named because both by house and sign, it points to our innate abilities and our most gifted areas of life where these qualities are expressed naturally and effortlessly. Okay. And also understand that, the part of fortune, it's going to lie the same distance in longitude from the ascendant as the moon is from the sun. And the condition and placement of whatever planet rules the part of fortune, the sign that's in the part of fortune is in, that's going to play an important factor in. Okay. For instance, my part of fortune is in Gemini in the 9th house. And that means it's ruled by Mercury. Well, my Mercury is in Leo in the 10th house, right, conjunct with my Venus. And look what I do here with y'all. Okay. That's something you got to understand. When we're talking about the Arabic parts, when we're talking about the black moon Lilith, when we're talking about the north and the south node, Rahu and Ketu, man, these are not real celestial bodies. These are just sensitive points that are calculated in the chart. A calculated point is you're going to use a formula. A formula is what? An equation. Okay. If you take a snapshot at the sky at the moment of your birth and you take all the words out and you just put tax in it, what do those tax represent? They now represent coordinates. Coordinates are what? Another sequence of numbers. So in essence, what is astrology? Astrology is the algorithm of your existence written out in the stars. Is that real? Does that mean we in the Matrix? I don't know. If we are, I gotta be Neo, right? Or at least Morpheus. Shit. I know it's a whole bunch of y'all Smiths. Agent Smiths running around here. You know what I'm saying? We see you and we don't see you. You feel me? Anyway, man, another thing to think about, is the Arabic part, the part of spirit, is going to be calculated in the exact opposite manner that you calculate your part of fortune. And it's going to represent the opposite thing. Does that mean that we're talking about it's going to represent misfortune? No. It's going to represent spiritual fulfillment, spiritual nourishment. Okay, so this is not going to be on an axis like the north and the south node necessarily. Understand that? And just because you calculate in the opposite manner doesn't mean that you're going to come up with a different placement. It doesn't mean that you're going to come up with the opposite placement. Okay, you could change one number in an equation and the whole thing be thrown off. You could change the numbers around one way and it still come out with the same answer. Understand that? So there's no telling you're going to have to do the math. Okay, when you're fucking with the algorithm of your existence. So. And also understand that the part of fortune represents, what really brings us the most joy on this plane of existence. Okay. Now, when we talk about Capricorn, Capricorn is the 10th sign of the zodiac. It rules over the 10th house. It's ruled by the planet Saturn. It rules over the knees. Its symbol is the goat or the sea goat. And its mantra is, I use. Okay. And, this is Cardinal Earth, y'all. And, big time daddy energy. Capricorn first and foremost is about hard work, getting to the top of the mountain and being the motherfucking best. This is the absolute most ambitious and determined energy that there is, man. And, whatever it wants, it gets. Understand that. But it's also very much about taking the necessary steps to get there. Capricorn is strictly business, man. And it's never personal wherever it shows up in the chart, man. Capricorn energy is extremely practical and pragmatic. And it can definitely come across a little cold and calculated and definitely superbly stubborn. But with Capricorn, after all that hard work, their victory sure smells sweet. And the analogy I like to give people is, when you're looking at this goat, it's going up the mountain, eating sparsely as it's going, solo, and it's going. And you're like, man, look at it. And when it gets to the top, from down here, we looking like, man, ooh, I bet it's lonely up there. But to that goat is thinking, man, but the view sure is nice. Think about that. Okay. So when we're talking about, putting a part of fortune in Capricorn, man, well, the first thing I need y'all to understand about these folks with their fortuna here is that, regardless of how they find success in life, it's only going to become when, they learn to approach things from a place of maturity. And that's the bottom line, because Rodrigo says so. And that's the bottom line. Okay. Look, these folks here, they really need time and persistence in order to obtain the things they want. But once they really get them, there's nothing or no one that'll be able to take it away from them either. And the thing is, Capricorn energy, it's never about quick gains. That's not what it's about, man. It ain't about instant success either, man. But once it does, in fact, see some kind of rewards, man, best believe it's permanent, man. It's permanent, man. When they get there to the top, they gonna stay there. Okay? When they get their abundance, it ain't going nowhere. It's only gonna build and grow and multiply. That's what it's going to do, man. This is building energy, if you don't understand, And these are the type of people who really are trying to just build something that's going to last well after they themselves have physically left this plane of existence. That's something to understand. They want to create some kind of structure for them and their peoples to lean on. And being able to make a tangible difference is really what brings them the most joy in this work. Okay, that's something to understand, man. But you also really with this got to keep in mind that, the Capricorn fortuna is ruled by Saturn. So more often than not, these folks with this placement, they're going to find that they see their greatest success, joy later on, in the second part of their life. Okay. And all I can say about that really is just hold it down. Hold it down. These are the people right here that, they stayed down till they came up. Stay down until you come up. A lot of people don't have that type of grit, that type of fortitude. They do. Big time. Mucho. Okay. And, I'm telling you now, man, that if this is your placement, man, if you just stay down, you will come up. I mean, I can't emphasize that, man. And you also got to understand that, it takes a certain degree of persistent poise in life if you ever really want to build something that's much bigger than self and something that's stronger than the individual. Okay. And, people with a Capricorn part of fortune, they want a legacy that can't be touched. That's something to understand. They're going to build a legacy that can't be fucked with by nobody. They're standard bearers that really strive towards, permanence and eternity. They want long-term results, and nothing excites them more than, a good plan coming together. That's the beauty of it, man. We talk about the devil here. And, you know, these are chess players right here who really find their greatest joy in building things correctly and creating order. But, you know, needless to say, with Saturn being involved here, it's still going to take time. It's still going to take hard work. And, you know, it's always going to take persistence with Capricorn energy if they just want to see any type of results. And they don't want anything that's going to be, you know, something superficial. They need something that's going to last. So they're going to build things that are going to last, man. And, you know, once they do see success, like I said earlier, it's here for good. It's here for good, man. And another thing that I think is imperative to understand with this placement is that a lot of times they're going to have to find a sense of joy in the process because of the time that's involved with everything they do. Okay. And that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? And before we get, you know, too strict and serious, okay, you know, we can't ever forget that, you know, integrating that Cancer energy in this equation is also going to play a very key factor here, okay? And, you know, if they want to see their most successful self, they're going to need to, you know, embrace that warm, nurturing, and protective energy that comes along with Cancer, you know, or cultivating their projects and cultivating their relationships, because that coldness that comes with Capricorn, it ain't always gonna work, man. That grit they need, but they have to work both ends of this spectrum if they want that abundance to come. They still have to let people know that they give a damn. And when they're doing things, when they're actually doing a project, even when people aren't involved, they need to allow that love that they have inside of them help cultivate the things that they're growing, okay? And that'll help a lot, man, you know. Shit, Cancer is deeply emotional, you know. Intuitiveness is definitely something that's going to be worth combining with Capricorn's organized, efficient, goal-oriented energy. You got to understand that, man. But, you know, just remember that, you know, your attitudes towards emotions can actually make or break your success when you have this, you know, this placement. So let's make sure that we're able to work through any childhood issues that we might have go on, and understand that the part of fortune in Capricorn operates best when you're in charge and in control of your emotions, and, you know, and you're not letting your impulses take over. Because that's what Capricorn is at the opposite end of the spectrum as Cancer. Understand? You can't let your emotions get in the way either. You always got to find a delicate balance. And in finding that delicate balance, you find a beautiful abundance. You feel me? And moving on, man, you know, these folks right here, they really need solid plans before they ever get started. And this energy just really works best in assessing circumstances and then finding tried and true ways to make sure that things work more efficiently. Or they just need to make sure that they keep their eyes on the prize and don't let past issues and, you know, emotional turmoil have them going backwards, and they'll be straight. That's a guarantee, man. And to sum it up, though, you know, yeah, like I was saying just a second ago, more than anything else, you know, these individuals right here, they're just inspired to create a legacy that transcends time. So this really is, you know, and really does indicate people who, you know, could be or are pillars of their community. Or, you know, not just that, you know, these are people that are striving to be leaders in a big way. You know what I'm saying? Not just their community. This is somebody that might want to take it worldwide on you. Okay. And they have the gut, the determination, the grit to do so, man. You know, when I see that part of fortune sitting in Capricorn in somebody's chart that I'm interpreting, I know automatically that I'm dealing with a person with standards, man, who, you know, not only wants to give their best in every situation, but they also kind of wanted to see everybody else be able to bring their best to the table too, man, which is, you know, that's something that's extremely underestimated. And I don't think that a lot of people respect that quality enough. But hell, even if it don't play out like that, just because you build like that, man, you don't have to build like that. Okay, you don't have to believe anything I just told you, because let me tell you, these are bosses. If you got your part of fortune in Capricorn, you're a boss. Embrace it. Just don't step on nobody on your way to the top. And understand that, you know, Stepping stones are stepping stones, and people are people. Y'all like to get the two mixed up. Don't do that. Okay? Hey, I appreciate all the love and support, man. Just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. That means that we all have all this energy available to us in our chart. What you do it is what you do. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And there's been some priceless knowledge of self. I appreciate all the love and support, man. If you're interested in astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Okay? Hey, I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all keep it true till next time we talk, man. Hit that like button if you done made it this far right now.